Yo, yo. Update. Go watch this guy's YouTube music. Okay, here. I don't want to make videos too often. I just want to update stuff. Cool stuff has happened. Here's what's happened. So, I don't even fucking remember what I last uploaded. Probably just the parrying. I think since then the animations for parrying are a lot better. And I've added a parry effect. Sound was already there. And I added temporary hit sound and hit blood. So, you'll see. I'll go full screen. It says the guy, parry. This is what you hit. Blood goes out opposite the direction that you got hit. Hits him in the shoulder, it goes out that direction. If you did a sideways cut, it would go out to the side like that. You can parry. Technically, he hit me actually, but part of the blade was still coming in, so I was still able to parry it. But we have different attacks. I'm still getting hit. Some of these here. I'm timing them improperly, which is actually good because that's like Dark and Darker, which I love, where if I have a shield here and part of the blade hits me, part of the blade might get blocked by the shield down, but I'm still going to get hit first. So it's an improper parry. We have an upwards counter. We have a left counter. We have a right. I guess it's really every post. But actually that one... Or yeah, so if it hits him in the side, oh, so what happened there was the blade was coming from the side, but because he was far enough away, it didn't hit him in the side, it hit him in the front, and because it hit him in the front, the blood came out towards us. I could counter down, the blood will come out. I timed it better. That blood. So, I like it. I like it. Don't hate this. So, and I was tooling around with tooling around with two different parry methods. One would be, this is the Sekiro method. This is the Dark Souls method. Or no, not Dark Souls, sorry. This is the Sekiro method. And this is the Chivalry method and the Boardhound method. When an enemy has an attack in progress, it's parryable. You'll see a guy start winding up and coming out. You can parry him immediately. Even though in real life, you're not going to put your sword all the way, or your weapon, it's going to be weapons, not just swords. You're not going to reach your weapon all the way out. His sword's back here. Granted, you're not going to wind up like this, but in Chivalry and Boardhound, you do wind up like this so that you can time it against the enemy. It's not going to be like real life where there's fucking no telegraph on your thing. It's really difficult to see what people are going to do, which is why in Olympic fencing, they rush at each other like fucking retards. Because speed, if you're faster, you don't have to worry about what the other guy's doing. Hit him first. Oh, we're both dead. Why the fuck is it a sport? It's so stupid. So, whatever. Hold. Okay, so in Chivalry and Mordhau and Sekiro, attack is coming. The second the attack starts coming, you can parry it. You can do whatever after. In Dark and Darker, and in notoriously Elden Ring and Dark Souls, really played either. Played Dark and Darker though. In Elden Ring and Dark and Darker is different because you can hold your block just like you could IRL. If I was holding my sword here, you came down, you're never gonna hit me, right? I'm gonna keep blocking, but I like the parry timing, just like Sekiro. I like it, so I'm gonna keep it. And you have to. You can't just hold your block. I like the timing part of it. Same thing with you can't hold your block in Expedition 33. Amazing game. You have to time it, and the timing of it is super fun. I enjoy that. That's the fun part. So, why it's called parry. Like, well, parrying is still passive, but whatever. So, one is in Elden Ring and Dark Souls, it's really hard to parry. Why? Because the enemy's weapon actually has to overlap your character's body. In all the frames where you pause when you're parrying, in Dark Souls, the blade would actually be completely through you and hit the floor. I watched a video on this yesterday or the day before. The blade would be completely through you, hitting the floor. But as long as you timed it properly, you would time it, you'd hit it, and then the blade would keep traveling, and then the parry would. You have to time it right when you get hit. Same thing actually in Elden Ring, except you actually have less time to parry, because in Dark Souls, the blade could actually travel through you before applying damage, and it's still parryable. And then you can parry it, and it goes. But in Elden Ring, it's immediately the time that it hits you. That's it. This little time. There's probably like a tiny little time before. But the point is, it's not, oh, enemy started attacking, I can parry him. No, it's the enemy attacked, and the weapon is just about to hit me. The dragon's fucking claws are coming down right there, or right before it hits me. That's when you parry. This is the Chivalry Mordhau option that I'm conflicted on. I like the other way. I like the Dark Souls Elden Ring, but I can. Wait, hold. Wait, really? Wait, what? Hold. Wait. Not doing a check. This should work. Am I just dumb? Bad? Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, okay. The blade still has to be coming down. I forgot. Blade has to be coming down, but I can be far away. Like that. So here it is. Here, I'll show you. Boom. The blade is nowhere near me. He's come from here to, and I parried him here. Nobody's gonna put their sword, their weapon, all the way back up here to stop my parry that far away. Nobody's doing that shit. Hold, I mistimed. I can parry. He's not even close to hitting me there. Not even close, but I can still parry. So it would look better if he had like horizontal attacks, because that's so many of the attacks. See, there's an example. He's coming from there. I can parry from anywhere here. And I can parry the second it starts coming down. Technically, Chivalry and Mordhau don't even have that. They have the second the attack starts, you can parry. It's not even the attack starts, and at a point in time, like this, and at a point in time, the attack becomes, this is a file I've been unable to delete. I can't get rid of this mannequin. I force delete, shut up. Okay. These folders are undeletable. And if I save everything and I close this, it's still going to ask if I want to save. So, I don't know. I'm just cursed with that file. So, sorry, what am I doing? Assets, animations. Then we're looking at attacks. So, we want to see his attack. But mine are the same too, but either way. So, the NPC has this cut down attack. At the very beginning, we call on notify to say, hey, sword or weapon, you cannot do damage. Nope, no damaging. Wind up phase. Now you can damage. It's coming down. You can damage. If I'm up here right in front, the sword is still coming down and it's still going to hit me, even if it's short. It's not full wind up. Damage. Now the swing has ended and it's coming back, no more damage. In Mordhau and Chivalry, these don't exist as far as I can tell by watching clips played. The second the wind up happens, there's no, I can parry now. It's, I can parry now. I can parry before the attack has even come. It's initiated, but it hasn't come. It's still in wind up phase. So it's still even, I think it's like when you're holding the button, the attack hasn't even been unleashed yet. You can be parried right there. So harder than that is this. I have to wait, but I can still parry without the blade having to almost hit me, like in Dark Souls and Elden Ring. So here, blade is far away. I trace. Okay, the trace is actually fucking far. How far can I go? Okay, not that far. That's pretty far away. I mean, here, I'll show you how far. That's how far. I stopped there. I might have been a little closer here. I parried from this far away. I mean, it seems... See here. Hold. What I'm going to do, I'm going to parry, and then I'm going to show you the distance between. And it'll be a distance that he couldn't hit me. Can't hit me with a sword fully extended. But if I instead require damaging weapon, or a damaging part of the damaging weapon to be overlapping me, where it has to be overlapping this damage volume, it's about to hit me, or it has already hit me, only then I parry it. It's close enough for me to parry. This is realistic, because that's when you would parry. The not realistic part is that you have to time it. Technically, you should be able to just hold these, and see, these are, can't hold them. I mean, you hold them to complete parry. really. You hold it to do the whole animation, tap them, then it stops. And I have this so that you can, I guess you could have a different way too, but I like being able to, I'm parrying, the attack's coming, oh shit, I need to block, because he attacked, he got parried, but then he immediately attacked right after. I have to parry. I can't just attack straight after. It's not every time I fucking hit him, it stuns him. Every time I parry, it stops him. I can't do it. So this requires the blade to almost, basically be hitting me. Only then I parry. There, can't do it. There, can't do it. There, can't do it. About as far as before. Can't do it. I'm close. I'm extremely close. Can't do it. Can't even do it from there. He could reach out and touch me there, but he's not there. It's close within the range. I just whiffed. It hit his arm, so the blood went up. Blood came out towards us. Boom. So I like that. I like this the most, honestly. I want to play Dark Souls and Elden Ring one day. I want to do a parry meta, or like a parry strategy. That's what I do. No rolling, just parry that shit, because that's the coolest way. You're not gonna roll around in heavy armor IRL happening. So, at least in the videos I've seen, you're more mobile than you think, but not mobile enough to fucking do it in heavy armor. You still have mobility restrictions, like Dark Souls. So, Dark Souls parrying without, or Dark Souls parrying in first person and directional. There's no directional in Dark Souls or Sekiro. That's it. Really, Chivalry has directional. But yeah, that's it. So that's what I've got so far. The interesting logic so far has been this blood stuff, because I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. I was thinking, okay, the weapon's coming. It's going to hit the guy. All right, we want blood to spread out this way. It comes out, cuts a vein, blood comes out that way. Maybe it's, and it comes down like this. Like in anime, you see, guy gets cut, blood goes, and lands on the floor, splatters with the direction. So it's probably both, honestly. It depends on where you hit. I'm just going to, for now, assume that it's going to be, I don't want it to be so stylized. I want it to be, you hit, blood fucking comes out in the direction opposite the hit. Coming from this direction, the blood comes out that direction. Comes out going how it came. And then, where is the blood going to go? I go here, the blood comes in his head. I hit him on the head. I hit him in the foot, blood comes out of the foot. That's how it should be. For example, I can stab chest if I don't miss. And if I jump, actually, it's tough to see. I think that's high enough, but I'll just do it upwards. And then that comes out of the head. Then if I come out here, now it hit him in the side. So the logic was wonky at first, because you have to get, the location cannot be the location of the component you hit, which is, in this case, the mesh. Technically, I also had to fix some other logic. I had to make the mesh overlap with weapon damage volumes, so the mesh is getting damaged. And I had to stop making the default capsule component for characters, stop it from overlapping. Now it ignores World Dynamic, which is the channel that I use, damage volumes. So parts of the sword that are actually doing damage. This part here is the damage. World Dynamic. So now that means that the mesh is what gets hit. So swords coming in, no damage, no damage, no damage. Hit him in the chin, hit shoulder, hit, etc. You get it. So point is, I need to get this location. How do I get here? Well, I can't get the mesh location. That's here. Or normally it's the center. The center of the mesh is what it is. Well, how do I fix that? Well, what I can do is, I can, right at the time of hit, get a trace from the weapon, sword, there, to the guy. Well, the mesh is going to keep on blocking the visibility channel. So I can do a visibility trace or a camera trace from where the sword is now, even if it's already in him. But really, it's going to do damage right here. And then we'll trace into the mesh. Technically, that might be going down, but regardless, it's going to hit right here. And so regardless, I get this location. Boom, that's my location. What's the rotation? How do I make it go opposite the direction of the hit? Because You've seen it. It works. So here it'll go top right. Go here and it'll come from left. It will technically, that hit the front of his arm. He went like this. Boom. Front. So it came. So that came from the side and it actually came from upward because it hit the top of the arm. The right. To the top-ish. Boom. Towards us. If I get the distance right. Comes out this way. Oh, actually, I have to. All right. Boom. Comes out this way. So, well, we just do look at rotation. Does that mean we get the sword has hit him? So we have where the sword is. We have where the mesh is. All we do is we just say, hey, mesh, what's the rotation from this point where we've hit to this point where the sword is? Go from mesh to the sword. Boom. That's the rotation. We want it to go that way. And then I'm able to do that because I leave the rotation default in this actor that has a Niagara system. So I just leave the rotation set to default. That way when I change it, it points the direction that I need it to. Technically, it might have been off by 90 degrees or something. I could just rotate this shit by 90 degrees and good to go. So like, hold, go like, is it gonna do like, I guess sometimes you have to compile it, but see, I could have fucked around with the rotation. But we're good to go. Make sure we're still good to go. Oh, I fucked up. Boom. 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 Okay, can I hit him? Oh, I forget that it's a downward strike. Or it's a downwards, which is why the blood is coming upwards. But I'm gonna hit him in the side this time. I'm gonna come around. So I hit him right here, coming in this direction. So the blood came out that direction. Came out towards me to the left. Boom. So that's how that is. Excuse me. What the logic actually looks like. I just have a function that I pass in. Hey, who do we hit and what's hitting him? Technically, I could just pass in the volume here, but whatever, it's fine. Maybe I change what this is, so it's nice to have this be automatic. Same thing. Shit from the event goes here. I'm going to clean this up because this looks like shit. I was doing this just to make the functionality work. Blood effect is an interface. That way we can handle this differently for whatever we're hitting, because maybe this guy has armor, so maybe instead of him doing a blood effect, he should do something else. But yeah, all the interfaces is, yo, spawn this blood actor, blood. Spawn it with this rotation, spawn it with this location. What are those values? How's that shit actually calculated? Cold, too hot, baby. We start at where the weapon's damage component is, and we trace to the actor. That will hit the mesh and say, this is where the blood's gonna go. Save that location. Boom. And then we say, hey, location of the actor, look at the mesh, which is just using points on the line and getting this rotation in the world axis. Boom. Save that. That's the world rotation that we need to set this guy at so that the Niagara doesn't spawn going like this. It spawns rotating the proper way. Boom. Pass that to the interface and say, yo, bitch ass metal man. Maybe he doesn't have any blood stuff. Maybe he has metal, and maybe we have to add a check for the location, the armor, so that instead of it being a blood effect, this turns into impact effect. And if it's flesh, maybe we check the location, see where on the character it lies in. I could have a component here that's armor. He's wearing armor. We have the locations of the armor. Does the point of the blood overlap armor, or does it overlap flesh? If it's flesh, play blood. If it's armor, play sparks. Boom. Easy piece. That's the kind of skill that I'm trying to develop so that I can have this idea in my head. Boom. We don't have to go down to fucking all the way down to damn assembly and shit, bro. Just give me this. But I'm not shying away from C++. I haven't had to do anything in C++ now. And my last game was very performant. So I'm not going to fuck around with C++ until I need to. Like if a plugin says, hey, you got to customize this to do this, I'll say, okay, I'll go to C++. Let's do it. And if I have to fix my VS22 to do it, awesome. I'm not going to shy away from it because this game's nowhere near shipping. So it's not like the previous game that was shipping. I couldn't fuck around with my Visual Studio. Now I totally can. So now I'm not scared. So initially I was testing this to see how the rotation would work. I was just spawning from the face of the character forwards to 5. What happens when I spawn this guy with the rotation that I'm looking at? Does it spawn shooting away from me? Oh, good, it does. Good, that should mean the rotation we pass is good. It's not, if everywhere I looked, it kept spawning the same world direction. Yes, or yes, like this. Then the rotation would be independent of what I'm passing in. Oh, good, but it's good. I can rotate this actor, and it rotates the rotation. I don't have to actually go into the fucking cursed Niagara system and say initialize with this fucking specific rotation. I don't have to do that because it's a so that's it. Just spawn a couple particles in a cone so that the blood goes and not or that. Then what else? We give it a velocity straight away, right? So that it goes out. Velocity's in that cone. We need gravity so that it falls and it doesn't just go. And oh, actually, location event not needed. Good. The blood's a little bit more performant, probably. Not noticeable, but the events were there because. Good. Check. Good. Blood's good. Need to update the lighting so we can actually see the fucking blood. The some angles are good and not. For the parry visuals, same shit. I just spawn the particles between the parried weapon us. So if I parry up here, sparks go here. If I parry it down here, parry this part, the sparks spawn here. Sparks, I just went into paint.net. I drew a little star looking thing. We set this to be masked translucency type, or I guess we call it blend mode, but how the color is. Are we taking the color and removing and masking and hiding parts that are translucent in the raw file, or are we replacing black? By default, keep this to be lit, it's black. I need to remove translucent parts, just like I needed to remove this auto-generated black stuff. I just want sparky looking sparks. So, hey, we need a color, that way we can change it in the Niagara. We need the texture, that it isn't just a circle. Circle could work too, though. Maybe I eventually switch to that. We spawn a couple particles, same logic as before, but we generate this location event. That way, this ribbon I copied from another emitter. It wasn't even this. I just created another Niagara. See a bunch of here. Actually, this directional burst, little particles that go down and have a trail. And I just wanted to see what's the trail. How do I do that? I didn't know what it would be because I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find any trail shit or anything. Oh, it's this event shit. Basically, you're creating a ribbon, a length particle. So it's some particle that has some length to it. You're setting the tip of it to follow, just updating its location from an event. So you create this location event update. I didn't have to do anything. Or we say generate events. That way, another node can receive those events, and somewhere, this one, the handler properties, set which events we're receiving. We're receiving location events from this minimal part. Minimal is just the default name of this. Whatever this should technically be Spark. Then this should be Spark Trail. Now this is going to say Spark. Yep. Oh. It says Spark. Good. And then it keeps updating this ribbon to be following the length. So I guess the ribbons have a particular length. It spawns and then follows the guy. That's it. That's what I want. At first it was just the particles. It was just this. But then they were also bigger. Bigger did not look good. I turned on Sekiro for a sec to see what their particles look like. Very tiny. Then they have this nice trail that you can see where the spark goes. That's just how light works. at least how the sparks work. So that's basically spark stuff. And honestly, the sparks are too big, so I'm actually gonna do some down to. Ooh, it looks kind of good. 5. Let's do 2. 1. It gets better the smaller we go. Let's say 3. 2. Fuck it, 2. Yeah, it doesn't matter the shape of the texture, but whatever. It's kind of good. Bad. Fuck it. Sure, it could be better directional or whatever. I'll fix it. Make it look better over time. But fuck, I'm going for the main mechanic that feels good and that makes me want to make this game. I'll make it as good as I can. Then I'll add more shit. More animations, more combat, or whatever. So I'd like to handle these effects one spot, but actually kind of good, that armor idea, I think. Having, I don't know, I don't like copying shit from my character to my NPCs. Granted, it won't be bad if all the NPCs inherit from the same NPC class, and I just have to have the same logic in 2 places. Which is why I've chose to, instead of passing this info to the hit character, I handle this blood shit and play it and spawn it from the weapon itself. Weapon coming down, and technically blood should be handled. Well, actually no, the blood is handled by the character. Not true. But I calculate all the stuff, which could be done on the character, could also be done on the weapon. But I do it in the weapon just so I don't have to do it 2 times, because the logic won't differ. So I do it in one spot. So I don't know if there's a way to put this logic somewhere and have both of these guys. Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's the blueprint library. Sure. So I'm going to clean this shit up. Maybe have some other little variables and shit. I got to categorize these guys too. And I don't know. I don't know what's next. I'm going to go and watch more gameplay. See where my stuff is lacking. And then add some more animations. Add in different enemy attacks. That way I can parry at different angles and feel this whole directional parrying thing out. Oh, so that's probably actually, yeah. Some more enemy attacks, then combo attacks from the player. So that enemy attack is a critical. I have the logic for this ready, but it just doesn't work yet because crits aren't actually in the game. Get NPC crit status. So we have an attack. The behavior tree says, hey, NPC, do this attack. The attack is enum. Cool. That attack is here. It's current attack. Okay, well, what do we do? Well, when parrying, we have to return when a weapon's getting parried. Weapon goes to the owning player and says, hey, what kind of attack are you doing, bro? It says, hey, buddy, I'm doing this attack. And tells the weapon whether or not it's a critical. That way, when we parry, interface. When we parry, I like having to go here. When we parry, say, hey, was it a crit that we parried or not? I don't actually use it right now. Nothing's crit, so nothing will be crit. But once things are crit, the parry logic here, if, this is, it depends, the animation of the repost we parry, and next depends on whether we parry to crit. If we parry to crit, this looks like kind of shit right now. Basically, the angle that we're currently looking, not the angle we're looking, but the angle that our parry is currently going determines how we're going to post. So if I parry down here, this angle is closer to left than it is down. So we're going to parry from the left. Show what it looks like. Okay, that was more down. That was left enough. Boom. And so we do the left parry. Left parry. We don't have a switch statement because we're using floats. I can't put all the fucking floats in a switch statement. I have to check if it's in a range. So is our parry angle, when I clicked to parry, in the range for left or up, or right or up or left or down? And depending on the range, left was funky because in the axes that I'm using, we go -180 to 180. And so I can't say from the minimum of negative 180 to the max of 180. That's the whole fucking circle. I have to say from 135 to positive 180 and from negative 135 to negative 180. Inclusive. Oh, well, actually, something else might own the 180. No, don't. So actually, this should include max and this should min. So, because I think there were some times where the animation actually didn't trigger. So it might have been because the inclusive part was not there. But cool. So now, this left part, this is owned by parry left. So we're parrying in this direction. Then we have one check. This is just an easier way to organize these. Is it a crit? It's not parry normally. If it is, then I can add this other logic that is instead return the right critical parry or one of the right critical parries, random. And so the normal right parry is boom, 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 boom. Instead it's boom, boom, work really. Trying to like a defense or immediately. It should be an attack. Boom, boom. Maybe the sword comes up and to swing down. Boom, comes up. It could be boom, double from the right. Boom, up into the warehouse. Something like that. Boom, parry, post, up, boom, boom. Triple attack right there for crit. So handling a couple things, but I don't actually have to yet. I'm not actually using the logic yet. That way, all I have to do is create an animation and then in the sword say, hey, these attacks are crits. These attacks are not crits. And then the logic is handled for me. Animation and assign each one of them. Technically, I have to, I had to go in and update this attack enum so that there are more attacks. Right now, there's only one. And then all the logic will work as is with these other systems that already exist. Being directional parry. I fucked up. Bam. 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 Up. Distance. Down. Technically, you could just wait. I want a top right parry. Oh, wait, what? Hold. Oh, actually. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, so maybe it's just because I let go. It is. Okay. Go do it. Oh, okay, it's fine. Sometimes you have to hold, sometimes you don't. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But that's it. That's all for now. Next is what? More enemy attacks so that I can feel out more of the parries. Okay, bye.